G'day. So I'm just going to showcase the setup first of all of how this new sheet works and the army tracking feature. So this will be a slightly longer video, but I'm just going to go over the steps. You've just made a copy of the adversary sheet. You click allow access, lets you do some things, and you should see this setup button up here in the top corner. You just simply run that, and that basically does most of what you want it to do. So similar to the player sheet, you've got to give it permission. What this also does is it sets up a whole bunch of triggers, which lets you automate a whole bunch of different stuff. Once you allow this, you run the permissions, you run the scripts. It says all triggers have been set up and new ones set up, so it deletes the old ones in case you did this a few times. Then does it again. I should probably get rid of that second one. This is all like early stages. So this is hidden by default, but then if you ungroup this, you will see we have the beginnings of an army horde builder. So first of all, this stuff works, which is really convenient. When you click the automate button, this shows you the health of your adversaries. Once you've ticked them, it sets up a trigger. And when you use that trigger, what should happen is when you insert the amount of damage here, you press enter, it should send the health damage to the sheet. And then as you can see, that's just gone from 766 health to 700. So that's already super convenient. We've got that for chakra and also tenacity die if they have tenacity die. So this can be your commanders all on one page. Every single adversary, this is the crucial code for this sheet. This is one of the few crucial updates and upgrades. But that's not what I'm going to go into too much. What I'm going to actually talk about is this part here. So this is, again, it's a draft. But what you can do is you can either toggle the amount of... So first of all, let's start with the beginning. You select the adversary that you want to make the army out of. It's only one adversary. So this is a minion. If I changed it to an army of solos, it'd have a lot more health. But let's keep it with a minion that has 10 health. As you can see here, this is its average health. How many of the... I choose how big the enemy army is. Let's say I can make it 50,000 if I wanted. Right? But for this case, we'll say 551. So 10 times 551 is 5,510. This shows how much remaining health they have. And here's the total amount of damage received. So there's two ways I can do damage. I can do it by clicking the boxes. So one of the automation bits is clicking the box here. What this should do, if it's working this morning, is send the amount of health damage here. Now this also tells you how many enemies you've defeated. So you can click the different boxes yourself, and it should, if you do it slow enough, send the total amount of damage received. So it's a little bit buggy still at times, but it mostly works and it gives you a ballpark. Now if it doesn't work, so you can see this is kind of off, I can just change this, press this button over here. Let's say I want to just edit the number directly. Let's say it should be they've received 100 damage. So if I press enter here, total damage received is 100. What this should do, if it's still working again, is automatically tick the boxes up until 10. It doesn't look like it's working this morning. Oh, no, there it is. It's just a little bit slow. So there you can see it's automatically ticking the boxes up until HP 10, which is the 10th minion. There you go. So that's the automation for the army. And the other feature that is, again, very early stages of development could be this sort of calculator. You say you have a jutsu that does X amount of, has X amount of radius, so let's say 30 feet. It can calculate how many enemy soldiers this hits, and you add the amount of damage that is received. Pardon me. you can show how many soldiers times how much damage, how many soldiers hit times the amount of damage to equal the total amount of damage. So this is 3,105, for example. Oh man, you could have you could add that 3,105, and you can see on your list how many soldiers are killed. So this could be a really neat way to keep track of enemy soldiers. And you can see it just ticks through them all. This will go through a lot. I've made it. It used to be a lot slower, but this is good. And then it individually does it on the row. So yeah, this is where it's at right now. This took many hours of work, but I think it could be cool. But this video is to help frame the discussion, show you what's possible, where it's at, what I'm experimenting with, and maybe some ideas for the future. Thank you very much. Kane out.